Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PGTV studio. I'm Jim Nesso. Joining me is PDG. Pete, we're here with some ESEA Premier Season 24 action. This is only week one. We're on Nuke. We've got two teams going head-to-head. Tainted Minds up against Exile5. Thoughts, feelings, suggestions, config?
Look, at the end of the day, we've cast a lot of Nuke, which is a welcome change, actually, from what we normally do.
It's true.
Dust 2, Cache, Mirage, Cache, Dust 2.
Sometimes there's Mirage thrown in there too.
There is. Yeah. But what I'm looking forward to is basically it's a litmus test for all of the teams in Australia, because we're basically seeing all the top dogs, go through their progressions as to where everyone sits on Nuke. So definitely by the end of this, teams will be like, yeah, let's avoid them on Nuke and let's play them on Nuke.
It's pretty much now going to be perma-vetoed by a lot of teams.
Yeah, I think so. Based on what I've seen from Australia's best teams on Nuke, it hasn't been flattering to say the least.
No, we haven't seen anything really.
I haven't seen anyone take Nuke by the scruff of the neck and be like, wow, they have some seriously good CT hut pushes with a ramps timed push and a few cool Molotovs on CT side. We haven't seen any really banging topside hits either on T side,
or even other than the odd set execute strategy outside, which has just been the same set execute strategy used over. There's no variations.
Well, no, but even Immunity, and Avant-Garde pretty much ran the exact same thing. Like, essentially those double smokes, those smoke tunnels getting down under, map control outside, and then the pick split. But even when Immunity tried to topside execute, and even when we've seen SSU, we saw Avant-Garde, we saw them all try the topside execute, none of them were able to do it successfully over more than one round. And you can put that down to just missed aim on the CT side at this point. So, nothing's really blown me away in terms of the Nuke.
It takes a lot to blow you away.
It does. It does, because we watch a lot of top CS when we, fortunate enough through our jobs, but also just as long-time fans, we are sort of a bit pickier than most.
Sticklers.
We're sticklers for the old school fundamentals, but at the same time, I'm glad to see at least more teams being forced into playing Nuke, and maybe it would squeeze into the rotations in a couple of best of threes moving forward.
If anyone really manages to master it though and lets it slip through a veto, that's where trouble ensues.
It's just that it never slips through the veto.
That's the issue. That's the issue.
The team has to be confident enough to actually pick it for it to get through the veto. So most teams wouldn't pick it as their number one go-to. And if you do, then usually the other team knows to veto that first, so you don't get to pick it. You know what I mean? Like, it never seems to get through here. Whereas we've seen we've seen a fair amount of Train. We've seen a fair amount of Cobble recently. Obviously Dust 2, Mirage, Cache. All well played as well. Overpass, even then, we see a lot of Overpass as well. Nuke is the only one that hasn't been sort of adopted to quite so quickly.
Now, let's get on to the actual teams at hand here. Tainted Minds up against Exile5. Tainted, look, that particular lineup, you're quite familiar with it. You're quite used to seeing the same 5 players.
As familiar as one can be.
As familiar as one could be with that Tainted Minds lineup. But, if you look at them now, they've actually got Dexter joining the server, joining the ESEA roster.
Yep.
I'm interested to see how he actually fits into the mix. Now, they've actually got Ferg and Sonic joining as well. You would suspect Ferg to slot into that coaching role in the server. There's no way you can have 6 players play.
Yeah, but I guess for me, the real crushing blow there is they're missing out on Wizard now. For those of you who are familiar with Trav and his gameplay, it's very good, very fundamentally sound player. But his, I guess, positive energy is what he brings the most. In negative situations, he's just always in the right place, the right time towards the business end of the match, and that sort of veteran playmaking ability is what he brought to the table. But having said that, Ferg coming on board as the coach and the talent of Dexter could be enough for them to return very quickly back to form. I think there will be a period of adjustment if this is a permanent shift, but at the same time, there's more firepower there with Dexter.
And that's a fair point. Now looking across the Exile5 roster, one glaring change for me is the fact that they've brought White in for the ESEA season. White, if you're familiar with him, was formerly on a couple of different lineups.
He was.
Most notably, and recently, I guess, the Legacy lineup. Probably not the most successful of the Legacy lineups, but still he was a key player in that lineup when they were successful.
Yeah, but he was also an AWPer, which really makes this one strange for me, because I know Inject is quite a good AWPer, Steve. He loves to wield the scope. Either way, they're going to have a tough time of it against Infrequent, who is, in my opinion, the best AWPer in the country by a significant margin at the moment. Gratis is sort of getting there for immunity. He's developing well in the immunity system, but yeah, there's no one really close on the AWP level to Infrequent right now. But you know, it's a long season, it's a long year, and we always see another talented player pop up. So who knows who the next one will be? But right now, Infrequent was for a large part of the back half of 2016 the best player in the country, in my estimation.
He was up there in terms of coming right for the team.
Yep.
In the right moments. Definitely. We saw him, I think, most notably, PAX.
Yep.
Probably wasn't having the best day in terms of the way he played, but was able to turn up at the right moment.
That's right.
And when the team needed him, that's when he started really playing quite well. They've undertaken a knife round here. Exile5 do snag that CC side, and apparently an American flag too. So I'm curious to know what's going on there.
Well, you know, maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's going to be an American thing where we're doing here with Exile5. But first of all, it's a topside hit. Sonic goes down to the pistol through Annex, but Exile5 taking good control of T-Lobby, and they're going to catch him off guard here, but Dexter opening up there before he's traded out. This is all going the way of Exile5. Bish Bash Bosh, Jim, it's all over. The pressure from Exile5. Perfect counter to the topside rush of Tainted Minds. And we see Exile5 picking up the first coveted pistol round.
Maybe this is a signal of intent from Team Exile5 that they're not going to play default. They're not going to play as passively as you would suspect most teams would sit on a pistol round. Normally that's where teams would just try and feel each other out and play a little bit more passively. Not Exile5. They don't care. They're straight into it. And Tainted Minds, whilst getting the plant, we've only bought P250s here. Very safe approach. UMPs on Exile5. Just looking for those farmed frags, get that economy going quite early on in the picture. Inject, making contact early on with Chuch. And Chuch, very much in his preferred role there, that solo, almost an entry fragger on his own. He lurks sometimes. He does that solo entry from time to time. I think
loosely defined, Jim, you'd call it like a playmaker role. He doesn't really have a role in the sense that his job is to go make plays. Dexter getting out of topside there all by himself, picking up the first kill. Excellent spray control there from Kara, but the bomb plant should be going down here for Athletico, which is, oh, my bad, Tainted Minds,
nice,
which is a, I'm sure that won't be the first time I do that.
Old habits.
My bad.
Hard. But Tainted Minds do get the plant, and that'll go really well for them, actually. You would suspect there'll be a gun round coming out here. The economy's good enough to do so. And, yes, straight on that by Chuch, making it happen. But it's interesting that you note that with Chuch, because that's not really a traditional role. Not on your lonesome. No. And not usually being someone to act so quickly in the round.
Chuch is an interesting player because he's got an instinctive feel as to where he should be, and he can't really explain why or how he knows where and why to be. So, they worked out a while ago that the best way to overcome, I guess, his play style being a little bit different from the rest was to, in fact, send him on his own and get him to operate in his own capacity, which seems to work very well, particularly on maps like Nuke where there's plenty of swindle plays. But there's no one sharper than Liaz. And Kara just goes down. Although the headshot was there and Chaotic picks up Sonic through the squeaky door. So quick reply, Liaz has taken damage, but he'll get a second kill. 10 HP and Tainted Minds doing good work early on their default, picking up 2 kills, but it's not over just yet. Liaz very low, and Exile5 still in decent position.
Chuch doing what he's been tasked with and making plays. He will sneak it into that lower bomb site through alternate ghetto. That's what I'm going to term it now. Going old school with that one. And was it fake ghetto?
Fake ghetto.
Alternate ghetto was the very American term. Fake ghetto. Chaotic. Just a love tap there. There's some confusion in the smoke.
Oh, it's a player.
Chuch has gone all the way through lower side, taken ramp, so surely he's going to communicate that. In the meantime, though, Chaotic's going to...
Chaotic left someone at T red there, so there was a T lurking around that area, and now White will pick out, get the first, can he get the second? White controlling his spray nicely, it's given Chaotic time to come up the side window there, he'll pick up a double, bomb goes down, and now Liaz left lurking all by his lonesome coming through the ghetto region, he spots a gun barrel, Liaz tries to get his third kill for the round, but No way, Jose. Tainted Minds going down. Exile5 picks up their 3rd round consecutively. And Tainted back on that eco train.
Yep, Chaotic here, just picking up the double. Nice lower side defense there. Very difficult too when you've got so many angles to try and cover, hitting that lower bomb site. That's actually a really interesting occurrence because Chutch got all the way through lower site there, through fake ghetto, all the way up to Megaton. Would have called his teammates to come through, and in the meantime, they've actually gone down the vents and rotated Exile5 and have come in behind them. So unfortunate for Tainted Minds that it worked out that way, but Exile5 just making a nuisance of themselves. Back on the Glocks here, P250s if they can afford it for Tainted, and if they can get themselves a plant, or get themselves back into some greener pastures with their economy. As Chaotic does take down Chutch, trying to slip out that vent, trying to make a play. As he picks up the 2nd. This is just going to be a nice mop here for Exile5 as they do clean up the last. And SK, who made his transition from that old end Avant lineup to Exile5, and seems to be slotting in quite nicely.
Yeah, look, great start here for Exile5. 4-0 up on the scoreboard, and Frequent does grab that AWP Jim, but again, it's going to be about late round, I guess, execution for Tainted. Their default was really sturdy at the start. They were able to pick up a couple of kills last time, and they just couldn't overcome the final hurdle, and Molotov will get off in front of Squeaky Door.
It won't get off the vent, though.
No, it's not made of rubber like Karat's Molotov.
It's a special custom Molotov, that one.
Infrequent repositioning now with that AWP. His very unique style Infrequent picks one position, then quickly rotates to another and quickly rotates back. He's very dynamic, but right now Exile5 putting the pressure on.
Exile5 are actually playing with an AFK too. Cara Delevingne is just sitting in spawn. So, not too sure what's going on there, but that's not going to be ideal situation for a CT side. Holding a very large map, large area as well, and doing it a man down. So both teams really cautious in their opening exchanges so far, and it's worked. But Chutch is doing his thing, making his play, gets through the... Gets through the annex there, takes down 2, and, well, now Kara's back, and Leaz will be wondering what on earth is going on with that rotation.
Why are you rotating out of CT's board? Why are you even there? Okay, cool. Puzzling for everyone involved, I'm sure. 3 versus 4. Exile5 needed just a lucky kill here to get themselves started and pushing back into the topside area, but I'm not too sure if that was... I'm not even sure where Kara really plays, so I don't know if that was a topside defender missing. I don't think it was, because Chutch got those insta-2 frags in topside anyway, so chances are it wasn't the correct positioning, but it certainly didn't help Exile5's case, as Infrequent finds the scope quickly and will win the round for Tainted Minds. Nice work to get themselves on the board. They'll pick up their first T-side round and save 4 guns in the process. Nice and clean. Exile5 will be able to build around that open rifle left over Jim, but look at this play from Chutch. He gets the first and he starts getting sprayed down from the rafter, but he controls his own recoil over at least the 5th or 6th bullet there to pull down the headshot. It's a lovely, lovely skill there from Chutch.
Vintage Chutch.
Vintage Chutch, eh?
As now Exile5 will be, with only SK not actually being able to afford a gun. He's just on that that USP. So they brought them back into this round, but SK is unfortunately just going to be doing the scavenger hunt here. Leaz makes a gun available to him, but that is in a really difficult position to recover as Chaotic looking for a frag. Find it here, does take down Dexter too, so back to a 4v4.
Good counter pick there from Chaotic. He's been doing that a few times. Last couple he picked up on Sonic, but that time Dexter moves around. Problem now is they've got a gap in that Squeaky Door for Infrequent to try and abuse it. Straight away he does. Chaotic. Nailed.
And that brings it to a 4v3. You can see the T's. They haven't really taken a lot of territory outside. They're just letting Chutch make something happen there, but Inject's not going to let that happen this time. Has eyes on the annex, so that element of Tainted strategy is going to go down, and now they're going to have to try and regroup here in T-Lobby. Going to make themselves go into the top site, and that is exactly where Inject is waiting. Finds the first. Sonic actually opens onto SK, and White just going to regroup with Inject here. That Molotov is perfect, though. I think it's just been put out.
Yeah, but I think the player in the annex isn't aware that... Oh, he's He's beside the vent. He's not in the annex at all. Sonic positioned nicely there, but doesn't make the frag. Not sure what he was looking at just there, but Infrequent does the job. Crazy scope. He almost flicked him in the head just then. Infrequent almost just absolutely crushed him, but White, with that kit in play, he's going to make Infrequent push around the corner. That should be enough for Infrequent to dance around, and right now, he's winning the time duel, or will he? Oh, White needed to hit that. I think he's going to time himself out. He does. Infrequent will pick up the round there for Tainted Minds, but White will escape with 1 HP and the AWP.
I was going to say, is he even going to get away from
he
that
shouldn't
bomb
have.
radius?
He shouldn't have. Infrequent, they're lovely. Look how close this is. Oh!
Man, can we get bullet time on that?
That's so close.
Do bullet time later. Later. Val just laughs because he knows he can do it.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Sonic taking the point here for his side. He'll get that squeaky door open nice and early, so expect an AWP pick through that squeaky door from the Tainted boys, but no, it's just going to be a topside crushing bomb side hit, but actually Chaotix picked up a triple, 2 kills and a Molotov. Now to 3 versus 2, and Liaz is just on 6 HP, so Dexter planting the bomb. They're both grouped up here. This is danger signs for Tainted Minds, but at the same time, Dexter's got a pretty decent position to make a play. He just really has to make the shots count.
Dexter will get himself into the hut here. He's actually taken down Kara and gets that second frag as well, but the HP of Liaz and Dexter, 10 HP between them. A lot to do here for Inject. Thankfully for them, he has an AWP. Doesn't matter anyway, he's going to go for this.
He certainly will, and he doesn't have a kit on his body though, so that's going to be a big problem for Inject as he tries to find the last kill. He does, but can he get... That's so sharp. That is so sharp.
That is ridiculous.
But again, 1 versus 1. At the end of the day, the Tainted players able to hold their lines, hold their nerve, and pick up the 2 1 versus 1s that could have this score looking very, very different, Jim, but they're doing just enough, and now they are starting to get in really good shape.
Type.
Oh. Yeah, that's close.
Dang,
that's close.
That's this close to a vacation.
Yeah.
Summer holidays.
Exile5 trying to build around that AWP. Inject will keep it, and he's dangerous. So, not a gimme here for Tainted, but at the same time, they're in a good position. They're splitting out fairly quickly towards T-side lobby. Maybe just setting up for a push, and as sharp as attack takes down the first Exile5 opponent. And Chachi just doing his thing as well outside. Picks up a double with that spray control. And right now, Tainted in the driver's seat for this round. Injector's still up, Jim, but you know, limited cores now.
And now Infrequent. Sharp onto SK there. Just Inject, who saved the AWP out from last round. Isolated in top side here. Will get taken down by Infrequent. Tainted Minds are just setting themselves out quite nicely here from the get-go. They're getting... oh, that was so close to being a 1B. But Chuch. Pick up multiple frags. They're just letting Chuch go outside. If Chuch can actually slip the net and get himself into an awkward position behind the CT defense, it makes Tainted's job even easier, particularly when they post Liaz up and Infrequent up. And letting them work those picks. They're rarely going into these rounds, actually, Exile5, with a man advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for them if they can't get those early picks and keep it that way, but right now, Tainted controlling the pace of the game. It's 4-4 Chaotic, pre-smoking that annex, so doesn't get picked on top of the hut. Smart work there. But Jim, all very, very slow for Tainted. They're waiting for those pushes to come to fruition, but you can see on the radar, neither team going to budge right now. They're just holding those positions and waiting for the engagement to occur. Kind of like this from Exile5, not giving anything away, but you have to assume that something's coming here from Tainted.
Setting themselves up in the T lobby. Just waiting out any aggression, but I'm interested to see whether they can actually set themselves into some set execute strategy here, because looking around, I don't think they're going to set themselves up with a nice topside execute here, so it's going to be a lot on Exile5. Make that read, and Frequent's going to set up towards ramps, but going to need him in topside here because Chaotic's taken 1, 2. And if he can find that third, Inject's actually found one with a grenade. It's all on Chuch here. A lot for him to do in this situation. 1 on 2. Has the bomb though, so Gets himself down the vent. This is looking good for him. If he can play this well, isolate 2 1 versus 1s. Going to go a long way towards winning this round.
Crazy movement there from Chutch, getting away from the AWPer and top side. And once again, the AWPer in underneath. And he hasn't committed to the door. There's no way the AWPer will know. And he's going to expose himself. Chutch goes for it, but he doesn't connect. Now he's given himself away. It's just a matter of time. Reloads and he gets caught out, but inventive play there by Chutch. Just couldn't hit the shot in the end. Exile5, good patience, Jim. Came at roughly the same time and was able to catch Chutch off guard with the reload. So excellent play from both sides. Exile5 pick up the 5th round on the CT side, and Tainted should have enough to be able to buy through this one too.
Exactly what Chutch didn't want to happen in that situation was be taken at the same time by 2 players and wasn't able to isolate those 1v1s as needed. So Exile5, they're going all right on their Chaotic's going all right, 15 for 5 with just now the 10th round back to the play. So he's definitely putting in a shift for them, making a big difference for Exile5's round count, no doubt. This Dexter just holding T lobby. The rest of Tainted Minds working their particular areas of the map. They've got 1 up the silo and 2 out by the boxes. So they can isolate that pick onto Delavine outside. That's such a mouthful. I don't know why people choose dumb aliases on ESEA.
Not sure. But at the moment, Exile5 happy to wait it out, Jim. White just waiting at the ramps box, but he's not overcommitting either, which is nice with that Mag 7. Not trying anything too flash right now. Tainted Minds are getting ready for this topside execution, should think. All the glass is being broken. If you're going to go this slow, Jim, I really don't like leaving that glass unbroken for that long. Like, if you're going to... frequent just ruins inject with that AWP from outside. So Tainted now playing with the player advantage, and they have a lot more, I guess, versatility, but that Chutch and X-Flank will not work this round. They've got the read on him, and it's back to a 4 versus 4. We've seen Exile5 do okay in these situations, but Jim, they always seem to fall at the final hurdle. Is this the round where they hold on and try and get a bit of a money lead?
That's the question. On everyone's lips as they've just let Liaz slip the gap. He's got himself outside here. They didn't have eyes on that catwalk, and Liaz has got himself out there. And now they've actually managed to turn it back around. Great hold in the top side there, despite being in awkward positions. Exile5 do take that round, and Tainted now will have to go on to, well, looking for some pistols, but they're not coming out. No Tech 9s, just Glocks, Deagles, PT50. Whatever they can afford, but without expending too much of their money. Exile5, also on SK, they've actually bought into this with UMP, recognising that there's potential for an eco to be coming that way.
Yeah, definitely. And the first frag there comes out from Inject once again, so that AWP really doing good work. Chaotic has been huge in the top side as well for Exile5, as he will now open up. Try and open up here with a bit of a spray down with the AK, but he can't get it to go. But neither can Tainted Minds, and they're running out, but the cover's good. So that goes the way of Exile5. It was a bit hairy for a second there, but ends up being okay. White able to deal with the Liaz push, number 2. And now that'll be all she wrote. Exile5 easily taking out the anti-eco.
We will have Exile5 quite easily starting to build a bank, with Tainted Minds now buying into this round. So important that they get a plant here. Otherwise, they're going to find it really difficult to get themselves going. Their money bonus is going to start to tick over, though, so they may be able to try and force the issue with some Tech 9 buys. But, I mean, that at the moment is just rubbing my crystal ball. As Tainted will split themselves up, as they have so many rounds before. 2 on that that silo, if they can get up there.
What's questionable, Jim, right now, for me, is... obviously the performance of Sonic. He's 1 for 9 at the moment in this particular game. He has not had a good international campaign the last time he went over. He's struggling right now, and with Ferg as coach, you just hope that he can increase his productivity there as White gets a double before he's taken down by Infrequent. Well, you hope that's why they're bringing in Ferg, right, to ease some of that calling burden off him so he can get his A-game back like Infrequent's got going right now. 3 versus 3. Chutch, Infrequent, and Dexter coming to the party against Inject. I think it's SK there, and Chaotic.
Taking their time too. You can see that bomb has actually made its way towards ramps with Dexter And Frequent just heading it up. So they're waiting for Chutch to do his thing, make those plays. If he can find a pick here at topside, actually does find SK. So that's a handy pick to take because now it's going to allow them the freedom to try and find the next 2 frags. With the 2 positioned at ramps, they might be able to catch a CT out on the rotate.
They certainly are, and I think Dexter's going to have some idea of the AWPer, and that was all Chutch picking up that squeaky door kill and allowing Dexter the time to rotate. And now Chutch just razor sharp. Razor sharp. But yeah, honestly, Jim, with the position that Sonic's in, you can hope that he'll be able to overcome that because that's exactly why you bring a coach on board. But certainly for me, his fragging's been a problem for quite a while now, and he needs to be able to step up in that role. Otherwise, you know, we see how long those sort of players last. He's the in-game leader and sort of the spiritual leader of the team. But if you're going 1 for 9 and all the time, and you know he's not performing well, there's only so long you can last. So hopefully the integration of Ferg improves Stewie's game, and he can get back on track with the aim.
Dexter, nice frag onto Chaotic there through the squeaky door. It's normally Chaotic winning those sorts of duels, as it's back to inject there with the AWP. It's not an easy thing to do, or through that squeaky door, particularly now that they get themselves out that door. Dexter finds himself a handy frag, as they will take control of topside here. That bomb is late to get into T lobby though, and it will eventually be planted there. So Exile5 now just waiting things out on the wings, seeing if they can catch anyone overextending themselves after they've taken the site. Other than that though, I don't feel as though they should be going for this.
No, I don't think they do either, but depends what happens here. Kara picks up one. White won't even bother going up the ladder, or he shouldn't rather, because Kara's about to go down as the T comes around the red crate, but no. Still top site hold. White trying to find a funky angle. Liaz gets one, and White's going to expose himself in just a minute to the angle from above, but nope. It appears as though he's going to reposition himself well. Take out the jumping Sonic.
That's not going to find you a second frag.
It is not going to find you a second frag. As White actually picks himself up a second frag for the round.
Does get taken out though.
Liaz finishes off the job. So excellent work here by Tainted. They pick up their 6th T-side round. And Exile5 forced onto perhaps a double eco to close proceedings here on their CT side. No, but I think they're going to force into this one and go for two pistol buys, which is the right option in my opinion.
It works on Nuke. If you can force those close range encounters, then you're going to go a long way to making it happen. Now they haven't actually got any Grens or anything like that, so outside's probably out of the option, particularly without the HEs. But that's sharp from Church again. He's on point this match, opening things right up there. Inject does go down, so that Scout has been taken out of the picture, and it would have been nice to see that Scout going to work, finding a few tags outside, and just letting the pistols finish things off. But not to be the case, as they will slowly take territory, take their time too, because once they recognise that they have potentially bought into this, Tainted will be very, very cautious of these duels. And that's, again, some sharp frags, opening things up. Going to slide themselves into the top side here, but you can see SK still alive in top. Kara just sitting in the ghetto. I like this approach from Tainted. They're very, very organised.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely slow and methodical, and it'll work out going in their favour. Sonic, Dexter, and Liaz more than in control of the round as Liaz looks to find the last kill, and he does. AWP will be picked up, and Tainted Minds pick up their 7th round. So, for me, Jim, again, nothing against Tainted and their T side, but nothing's blown me away at all. It's been slow, methodical, split pick default into we got to get enough kills to eventually go into top side, or getting someone to swindle outside or into the vent or whatever and get kills.
It's interesting too, because if you look at that scoreboard, they've literally just gone on runs, each of them, in the rounds, and
yep.
It's been a to and fro battle, but not in the sense that wouldn't favour a CT side in that economical battle. So Exile5 have been able to put some good runs on the board here. Very much balanced going into the second half. The question is, who's going to take that slight advantage?
Chutch picks up the first kill and the second there. Lovely spray down. SK will get one. White will get one. Dexter will trade, but White's got an opportunity here to go for again, and he does. Headshot there onto Dexter. It's a 2 versus 2. White and Chaotic, and Frequent and Liaz. Chaotic scoping out the T side of the lobby. And they will exchange fire, but that will be enough.
Wow.
And Frequent gets put off by the shotgun shell, I'm sure. And his teammate capitalizes and picks up the AWP. Liaz in a strange position in topside. He'll find one easily, but the jig is up, and now he must come through either the hut or the squeaky door, but Chaotic's in a difficult position because Liaz has swindled through the front of the hut, and that will be a grenade, but it'll also give him away. But Liaz picks up a swag of grenades, and now he can get that bomb. So this is going towards Liaz right now, Jim. Oh, he's booked him completely.
Oh, has he? I don't know about that. Now, Chaotic, I didn't actually like the line he was holding because he was exposed to the hut angle. Didn't necessarily need to be. Could have been watching two position from the one angle. But Liaz will be able to get that plant in this 1 versus 1. Chaotic. Let's take X-ray off and make it interesting for you, Pete.
Don't exactly know what difference that makes, but Jim, Chaotic, pushing through the front of the hut, or is he? Squeaky, hut, shot, miss, deagle. No good. Chaotic will struggle to win this with no kit at the moment. Liaz just toying with him and picks up the insta headshot. Tainted will round out the half with 8 T-side rounds, putting them in a commanding position. But Jim, as we...
I was going to say, if you didn't know what X-Ray was going to do for that situation, I ain't got much help for you, dude.
So... No, I was just saying, it's from a viewer perspective, it doesn't really heighten anyone's senses.
It doesn't,
because we can see
heightens anticipation, suspense. What is going on here? Where are they? What's going on?
But they're both on the radar.
Build the moment.
Even if you take X-ray off, they're both on the radar.
Why would you watch the radar instead of the screen in 1v1?
I don't know, I can do 2 things at once, I guess.
That's why you're cross-eyed.
One eye on the future. 8-7.
I think we all had that.
I think so. Tainted Minds pick up 8-7 and will try and push forward. Exile5 did actually quite well, Jim, to be competitive throughout that half. And as we've seen, Nuke is such a topsy-turvy beast that either team can really cash in on either side. It's not really a defined T or CT right now. It's just whoever's playing the better CS. And I think that Sonic will be glad that everyone's scoreboards are not working correctly. Because...
Why? They might add frags.
Well, no, it is working correctly.
Right. Actually, yeah, it is working correctly. It's the first time we've seen that.
It's struggling. Hopefully he gets going on the CT side, but his team need him to lift because Exile5 are hot on the charge underneath, and they'll fire away there, but a lot of damage being done by grenades. Dexter doing very well. 1, 2, 3, Dexter! That is absolutely sick stuff, and now Sonic will contribute to the round as well. That hopefully gets him going. Dexter, monstrous stuff here as the T's flood up the ladder. 1, 2, and 3.
Counting out headshots like he was his macros.
That is absolutely glorious USP work, I should say.
You can't do much against that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can. You can throw a fucking pop flash up the ladder. Fair enough, though.
Pending that situation, yes.
Fair enough. No, but if that's your strat, then that should be a part of it. As Exile5 gets skittled at the start of the round, but Kara's managed to do pretty well getting a frag, and Chutch will just continue his pilgrimage through ramps and take down.
That gun is so broken. That gun is so broken.
It really is. It really is.
A lot of money, though, coming as a result of that. Look at his cash. He is balling out of control. There we go. The scoreboard's back to being wigged out.
Yep. Wigging. Oh, well. 10-7. Tainted Minds go ahead, and this could be where they close them out now, Jim. We've seen Tainted with a strong T-side showing. We know that they've at least played this map internationally, so you expect their CT side to have a lot more focus than others as Chutch pushes through, holds the angle, and he's holding the line with the shotgun. Oh, that gun is so ridiculous as Liaz spins circles and finds his man. White behind the door. Tainted on a roll right now. Looking the goods. 11-7 as Exile5 will buy into this one, and Inject even has an AWP there.
He's holding a headshot line that you normally hold with a rifle.
Yeah.
With a shotgun.
That second headshot is the most disturbing because his crosshair was like on his kneecaps or something like that, and the headshot just comes out. So
either way, Exile5 them getting themselves onto a gun round here. Inject with that AWP. He's going to be key for them. He's got a very quick reaction speed and will need to have all of his reactions firing tonight because he's only going to get a few opportunities to hit shots, particularly with infrequent in form like that. It's a good refrag though.
Yeah, great trade frag in there. Kara will find a second or should, but the Annex player Dexter has managed to swindle away. So 4 versus 4, chaotic. Spray battle through the smoked but broken squeaky door. Oh, I thought the spray was going to continue. It does, but no one finds the mark. Just offline there for the T-slide player. But right now, both teams settling into a bit of a rhythm on their respective sides. 4 versus 4, feeling each other out. The CTs holding pretty defensive, actually. No one really pushed forward for information, but the pick has been made. So at this point, they're content and turtling up into the bomb sites.
Lots going to be made of Liaz here at ramps. He's made that spot, got the info, he's fallen back. Infrequent gets caught out in the meantime, though, so that could be very, very, I guess, key in the round because now they can actually take control of Hell and put pressure on this top site through that avenue. Now, Sonic's going to be caught in action here. He's going to find the first. They got information. Surely they're not going to all pile up the ladder here at him.
Just run away. What are you doing? Why are you still going up the...
He was committed. There was another player on the ladder who was not willing to get off.
I don't know what was worse, Sonic getting one or the T's actually pushing up the ladder at him. So I give him a pass for that because there's no way that those guys should have actually come up the ladder. It's a 4 versus 2. You found a guy directly above you with an M4. Why are you going up the ladder? Why? That should have gone so poorly
like
for Exile5. Now it's a 3 versus 1, and Liaz will get away with the AWP. But, wow, crazy decision making there, lucking out for Exile5, and Sonic not being able to connect the spray. But in the end, you don't really expect him to have to deal with that.
I mean, even the Spartans recognised that there was a strong strategical advantage in filtering your enemy through a single choke point. That's exactly what happened. Even though they had the numerical advantage, they couldn't have made it work. I don't know why they committed to it.
I mean, look.
He's just stuck on a ladder at that point.
Listen, Jim. We're sitting down at a table, right? We're having a coffee. We're just chilling. I say to you, 4 versus 2, right? You know one guy is directly above you and a small hole that you have to come out of. How many troops do you commit up?
I take a sip of my triple shot macchiato, and I deliberate on that one.
Do you reckon you come back with a firm 0?
I come back to you after a long deliberation with no. It's a 0. No.
It's firm 0. Exile5, send 3, win the round. Infrequent starting with that AWP pick once again. Chaotic has been the victim twice in a row of said AWP, and it is a devastating AWP, to say the least. But Exile5 still in position to win this one. Infrequent does get the first kill, but Inject needs to make that one because he just got booked. Headshot from Infrequent there, just lining him up as he came out beside the red crate. And needed to hit the first one there, Inject. But as it stands, White coming out with an entry frag on Church going up to his right. Sick frag from White, and some control gathered back here by Exile5, but huge advantage still to Tainted Minds right now with Liaz in that underside bomb site.
Now just looking to see if they can catch any CTs rotating out of their current positions. As Dexter will try and change his. So Exile5 do have control of the ramps, but going forward from there is going to be difficult too, because if you look at their utility, they've got the smokes and flashes to do it. They just need to be very selective in which choke points they actually smoke off.
Well, Liaz is going to do a lot of work underneath here, I think, Jim, as he picks up 1, maybe 2, yes, but Kara flicks away. Now it's a 3 versus 1, but the smoke plant opportunity is there, as well as an exit strategy. Dexter firing away, but he's going to leave no real option there for the T-side player. Sonic wheels around, gets the frag, and will pick up the defuse as well. 12 rounds to 8. Tainted Minds picking it up, moving it right along, but not without some minor discomfort there on the CT side. Is this an AK buy with small armor and a couple of Tech 9s? Or is this a Tech 9 and smoke and a couple of flash buy?
That's the question that remains to be answered. They got a smoke on Kara, but where that goes, I guess, is anybody's guess for now. I don't like their chances, though, of trying to filter themselves through small choke points, though. That's probably something to avoid in this sort of round.
Certainly is, but Exile5 just rolling the dice with these deagles, I guess. Trying to pick up a long range lucky kill. Oh, almost there. Sonic is going to be out of position and goes down in the open all by himself. It's a bit strange there, but
caught with his gun, not out.
Yeah, it's a bit in between rotations. Perhaps Chuch spotting a shadow, but he doesn't realise it's above him.
He's boxing shadows.
He's definitely doing the Ruben Hurricane Carter in the cell. He's just shadow boxing. Chuch waiting for the drop. He knows he's there now. Saw the shadow. Knows he's up top. Exile5 wondering, waiting when the pressure needs to be applied. Tainted Minds holding very sturdy. Dexter on top of that door is going to carve them up something chronic if they choose to come out anytime shortly. But Dexter, as it stands, has a little bit of a peek, and he fires one, but Tainted the second. Good trading there from Exile5, and now they've got a free bomb plane in topside and someone above the ladder. Infrequent trying desperately to scope up there to find him, but he won't be able to unless this CZ can go heavily to work. But right now, it's being held onto. Chuch, how is that open? Chuch goes down, and Infrequent coming up the ladder. No, won't be any good. Exile5 with those pistols, Jim. The Deagle buy, make it work, and Tainted under huge amounts of pressure. Only a couple of players with real cash.
What they were able to do in that round was great because the trading was so strong. They isolated members of Tainted and got themselves into the top side there. Now, a lot was on Chuch to make that play, particularly given that Heaven was so heavily guarded, and it was difficult for Infrequent, mind you, with an AWP to try and retake that particular area of the map. So, switching out to the CZ, not having the results he needed. Couldn't do his best Hats impression.
No, he could not. But the pressure's on from Tainted. They're swarming all over this T-side lobby, and Hart. But the T's are nowhere to be found. The problem for the T's is, while this has been going on, they've taken no map control. I mean, they're just stuck outside towards the annex and have no real map control either. So really good aggressive push from Tainted. They've managed to pick up a kill, do a lot of damage to SK, and pick up a weapon. So all going their way right now, and this round is theirs to lose right now, Jim.
It really is. You can see now, Tainted Minds, whilst they have split the pack a little bit, they've got themselves into some really sneaky positions. So if they can isolate members of Exile5, they go a long way towards winning this round now. Exile5 have turtled up a lot near the Heaven. They're going to try and take topside here. Not a bad option for them, but that is going to be of detriment as Dexter does take down one. He's taken out. Oh, that's CZ from Infrequent. The damage is being done over long distance there, and do eventually find the frag that they need to, but it's a 3v2 situation. One of them needs to drop into the top side to plant that bomb. Still got 30 seconds though. Liaz with a handy frag and forcing now this 1 versus 3. They need not peek him individually though.
No, I think he's going to try and save the AWP as well. Well, he definitely should be trying to save the AWP at this point, but I think Sonic's underneath him, looking up, and he's going to have a very difficult task ahead of him. Oh no, he peeks out a couple of times. Gets one, but it will be Chuch picking up the trade. And Tainted with that eco. The hyper-aggression, the unrelenting hyper-aggression has won them that one, Jim. 13 to 9, and an unexpected W, but they'll take it nonetheless. That's what having that sort of level of aim gets you.
Now, they've bought into this here, Exile5, so they're putting together what they can in terms of their economy. They've got some pistols, and a lot is going to be on Inject and White in this round to make things happen, to make things...
It's unexpected, though, as well.
Oh, another molly.
another rubber Molotov hits the solid steel vent with an explosive grenade.
We want a topside molly compilation by the end of Nuke Week.
We definitely will. The crazy CSGO physics on those Molotovs. How does a Molotov bounce at that?
That's what they needed, though. They needed White to open things up here. And he's done exactly that. It ramps down. Liaz has stepped on that flash. Perfect timing there. Takes down Chaotic. Thankfully, it's only one of the pistols that have gone down, so still hope for them just yet. It's important that they have those rifles up for as long as possible. Find the frags with them. Inject finds Liaz there. So things are starting to go the way of Exile5, but at the moment, they don't have a lot of territory. They've actually rotated one back towards ramps to keep eyes on that. So Tainted are going to have a lot of difficulty holding this particular this round, because they've only got... That's going to make it even harder now. They've only got one at ramps. They've got one there sitting in on top of the hut, but they should be heading underneath here.
Yeah, but the call has come out from Dex that they could be hitting topside, and man, Exile5 are wasting some serious time not planting this bomb. I don't know what's going on and how long it's taken them, but Dexter Infrequent was the ramp, so Dexter was in top side, so yeah, they needed to get onto it quicker than that. So now Infrequent and Dexter have a real chance of coming in and threatening for this round. But looks as though they've given up already, given the scoreline, 13-9. They're happy to take that AWP and M4 into the next round, stop themselves from potentially being, economically broken. They'll take a force buy instead of a money broke situation, and try and slap something together.
It's important here. If I was Exile5, I'd probably be trying to recover some weaponry from the CTs you've been able to take down, but they haven't been able to do so just yet. In fact, they do come into contact with Dexter here. Ooh, is that a... No, I thought that was a weapon that had been just popped on top of him. I think he thought so too. Yeah, it might have just been a shadow as that weapon blew over the top of him.
Shadow's playing tricks on players tonight. I hope
we're not going to instant replay that molly. No? Okay, good.
No. The people have seen the rubber ball Molotov a couple of times already. Yeah. Exile5 with that AWP, Jim. Very, very much a threat. Inject playing nicely. White actually slotting quite well into that rifle role. Did have my questions about whether or not he would be able to produce from that particular role. Usually an AWPer, but he's performing admirably right now. Sonic just with that pistol, everyone else on a full buy. That's what I was talking about before. They could buy around that and make something happen.
Very, very slow start here from Exile5. Just waiting for those smokes to have effect. And Liaz has actually got himself into that dirty line we were talking about before.
It's filthy.
Absolutely filthy.
Flash has come out of outside and Chaotic wrapping quickly to the annex, but flashes are good there from Exile5, but someone survived in topside still. It's Dexter above the rafter. White's coming out huge, picks up the double, injects onto Church, and Sonic getting caught off guard once again, goes down first. He's having a nightmarish evening. Not getting more than 2 or 3 kills in the whole game so far, and that's really causing his team to have to...
Pick a spot, Lias.
It's really causing his team to have to play around him in certain respects. But right now, Tainted with a sustainable lead. They can fit an eco in there and still manage to close out the half. But, you know, this is, I guess, from someone who's, been around the team quite a while. This is the situation where Wizard was so valuable. When the team just started to lose their momentum and someone needed to step in and get a frag or win them around or, something like that, Wizard was always the guy to do that. And it's a big role to fill. I'm sure Dexter, as I talked about in the pre-game, Jim, has the talent to replace. But as we know, CS is just as much about the melding of the minds and the egos as it is about actually performing in the server.
Yeah, look, it's definitely going to take some time to integrate him into the team in that regard. So, whilst Dexter is an incredibly experienced player, he is going to take some time to adjust to the roles that they need him for. Well, more importantly, the roles that they want him for, too. It might not be the obvious either. Because they are going to push outside here. Tainted Minds is important that Exile5 don't get caught. Inject, obviously, holding up, but Tainted Minds not overcommitting themselves.
No, but by doing that, they've almost given SK a shooting gallery, and they have from above. So, not really great positioning there from Tainted. The early gamble would have paid off, I feel, if they just had committed to pushing the outside side. I think that could have worked, but as it stands, the guy at the top of the silo was able to make the play. Sonic goes down there after getting a nice pistol frag, and Exile5 one step closer. There will be enough here for a Tainted Minds buy, but without an AWP, unless Infrequent wants to go with that armor. That'll be interesting.
Glass cannon.
Nope, he's bought an M4. So Tainted doing it the hard way right now. 13-12 on the CT side of Nuke. But Jim, if anything, this just more than reinforces our stance on where everyone's at on Nuke right now. It's an absolute just mishmash of different strats. And
I'm liking Exile5 though. Their T side has been quite strong so far.
Has it though, or has it just been them spread picking like everyone else, and whoever gets the kills wins the round? I think it's very much going that way.
I don't know. They're executing some flashes and some smokes quite well into the top side.
Yeah, definitely. But I still haven't seen like a full-on top side hit from anybody with the Molotovs and the smokes perfectly coming through the windows. I
think the one fear
it did used to be a staple though. That's the thing.
I think the one fear of committing to something like that from these teams is the fact that some teams are so aggressive. They feel as though they potentially could be pushed on. whilst trying to execute something like that. So maybe that's what's making them stray away. I know Exile5, particularly when they were playing last year with Animus, they actually did do quite well on Nuke as a team. So they had a really strong Nuke record. Obviously, that doesn't apply to them now, but clearly the fundamentals are still there.
Yeah, definitely. Infrequent, well-timed Molotov, and he's going to pick up the headshot onto Chaotic, but Inject trades well with the AWP from the back of the fire, and he's going to lose, is it 10 HP or something like that, jumping through the Molotov? 24 HP. Chuch wheels around, kills White. That's a big frag, but Kara's coming up quickly on the left of screen, and Chuchi goes down. So now it's Dexter being taken out in the back of the vent, and Sonic and Liaz have got a lot of work to do here. 3 versus 2, and this could almost be the game for Tainted Minds, because their money's going to be broken after this, and it is Inject not getting the kill, but Sonic goes down to SK, and it's a 1 versus 2. Both of these T's on very, very low HP. It's going to be up to Liaz. He smokes off the bomb. He flashes out. Doesn't connect that headshot. Needs to, but he's not got no kit either. Can't swindle the defuse. Very difficult prospect for Liaz, and he's dancing on the outside of the smoke. Can he get the shot? If he does, gets the first one, and the second T has dropped into the smoke, but oh my goodness, it's a standoff, but I just can't see how Liaz can win this without a kit. He cannot. And
1 HP, I don't think he's even going to make it out of the blast radius.
Oh, there's an off chance because it's the new, it's like the CSGO damage. Nope, he's out of there.
Nope.
Jim, once again, just holes being punched through the Tainted Minds defense by Exile5, and while I kind of agree that T-side has been solid, this game, like I'm going to say it right now, if Tainted don't have Sonic on like 3 for 20, or whatever he's on, they've already closed this game out.
Yeah, I'm not actually too sure what his end total will be because of the scoreboard bug.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's on a handful of frags.
Yeah.
And if he gets, going and he has a good couple of rounds, they can finish this one off, but he's getting abused. Like his bomb site's getting picked off. And it's...
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. Let Liaz have some free reign of ramps. He does take down the second. So Sonic actually burns alive to the Molotov of Kara. Inject. Getting the leg onto Infrequent there. May be able to finish him off with that grenade, but I think Infrequent just gets out just in time. As Liaz still has that AK. Gets the... Oh, I thought he got the double there. And a push from Liaz. Could be the difference here.
Very winnable, though, right now for Inject. Has the bomb. A minute to go. And Infrequent and Chuch really, after this point, will have no idea where he's at. He can go outside. He could have got to ramps at that point.
Well, they know he's got an AWP, so they're probably going to group up together.
They should do. And I think that they've got a pretty decent position, too. Right next to the hut. So the trading will be there. But the problem is, Infrequent's only a Glock bullet away from death. So... right in the balance here, Tainted. This could be the go-ahead round, or this could be the round that, breaks them down because they just can't get it done. But, Inject. Top side. No, it will be Infrequent holding the hut line, and he will get the job done. So great round there for Tainted Minds.
Strange that he persisted with the AWP, though, given that there were a few rifles down in T lobby. Much more... I guess, winnable from that perspective, knowing the other team were only on a light buy/eco.
For me, I thought that it was an okay choice if you had have made no noise coming down the ladder, but because he dropped twice, because you already made noise.
He'd already made noise.
Go ahead and pick up that rifle, because they're going to know where you are.
Exactly. Now, Exile5 able to buy into this one once more. Going to try their hand just on a default here, not really committing themselves too heavily anywhere just yet. Pop flash outside. Going to try and get themselves a pick out there, but obviously it's no avail just yet. Inject. Needs to be careful though. Can't choose a wide angle, otherwise Infrequent's probably going to pick him up. Heavy concentration actually from Tainted on outside 3. Watching that one position. Do get the frag though, so retrade from XL5. Infrequent though. Mops that one up, and they do come away with a number advantage here, Tainted.
They certainly do, and Infrequent is on an AWPing mission now. You can see he's changed position already so dramatically that the Exile5 players will have a tough time reacting to the positional shift. But right now, Exile5 Chaotic weaseling his way out topside and has the angle on the player platter. The bomb plant's coming in, and Exile5, while they're being minced right now, have an opportunity to win this one if Chaotic can get a couple of good frags here with the Galil. Don't know if it'll happen or not, but He gets one onto Sonic. He doesn't get the second. Chach able to pick it up, and he gets the second as well. Chach and Liaz and Infrequent are having monster games. I'm not sure what the stats are going to be, but all three of those guys, particularly Liaz and Chach, are having monstrous games. And Infrequent's had, I guess, flashes in the pan where he's picked up the great AWP kills, but Tainted doing it the hard way, but doing it the way they've always done it, Jim, in close fashion, with a couple of players going huge. That's been their formula since day one, and to their credit, I must say, they have have done exceptionally well with the formula. So hats off to them, but they still need to close this one out. Tainted have been good, but Exile5 have also been decent on these forced gun rounds, Jim. So it's not over yet.
Now, Exile5 setting themselves outside with some smokes, but that's just going to be a ruse for what they're about to do. So you can see just waiting on a pop flash here and there just to get someone out on the silo. Chaotic's going to be the man tasked with the job. He's got that rifle, of course, so they're going to look to try and utilize that to the fullest. Now, Tainted Minds, flash, probably not the best timing here. They're going to pincer this top side. They've had success doing it before, but Dexter finds a double this time, and they do have numbers here. Tainted Minds, they will be able to try and defend. They're all concentrated up heaven, though.
Yeah, this is game over. Red Rover Infrequent finds the last couple of kills there, Jim, and Tainted Minds take care of business with their substitute player Dexter stepping in there.
Doing good.
It was a solid performance.
You've done good, kid.
You've done good. It was a solid performance for them on the T side of things. Liaz in particular, Chach, the entry fragging was a really strong point, and then on the CT side of things, Infrequent with that AWP, Deadly and Liaz constantly pressuring. It was too much for Exile5, but they put up a good fight, as you said. A couple of good, strong starting blocks there for Exile5 on their T side. Good default strat that they got through most rounds and got themselves some picks. But again, the level of execution just not there for the Aussie teams right now on Nuke.
No, it's pretty glaring that neither of these teams were comfortable on the map.
Yep.
Whilst they will play it, given that if it comes out in a veto, but I don't think either of these teams will be going into best of threes, picking that sort of map just yet.
I still maintain, though, that if, Sonic didn't have a particularly good game just then, but even if he has an average game there, they win like 16-7 or 16-8. There was a lot of rounds there where he died and cost them huge amounts of map position. Yeah, so, I mean, it literally just is 2 or 3 rounds there that costs, that Sonic made mistakes that Exile5 ended up getting so far into the match.
Yeah,
because the economy snowballed.
Repercussions.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have repercussions that last just that immediate round.
Precisely.
But look, this is the end of our second match that we're covering this evening.
Yep.
So we still have a match to go, and it's in about 25 minutes' time or so, but we'll be starting our coverage of that one a little bit earlier, so we'll be live again in about 20 minutes or so, guys. So that one is Dark-Sided up against Alpha Sydney, our last match of this evening for ESEA Premier. I've been Jim and Esso. Joining me on the desk for that one was PDG. We're back very, very shortly, guys. Don't go anywhere. More matches, or match, on the way.